Hey everyone, it's me, Vinny Lospinuso, back with a new video that I want to give you all. See, I just came off of my podcast with Kirk Buckner, the owner and operator of NotInHallOfFame.com, and there I made a case for fantasy football founder, Oakland native, and Raiders minority owner back in the 1960s, Wilfred Winkenbach. I made a mistake there saying that his last name was Wilkenbach, but that's just because the name just flew, but it is in fact Winkenbach. Now, why do I want to make a case for the guy that founded fantasy football? Well, there's a big reason why. He founded fantasy football. This was founded in a New York City hotel, in a restaurant with Winkenbach, and he came up with the idea of creating a league. And, the Raiders were very, very bad at the time. They were 0-7 at that point. And he wanted to create a team. He wanted to create a whole league in which people would actually have a chance of winning because his team was not doing good. And this would be something that people would do on their own. And that's what he came up with. It was on cocktail napkins. And later in 1963, he started the GOPPPL, which is the Greater Oakland Professional Procrastinators Pigskin League. Pigskin Procrastinators League, GOPPPL. And as a result, it only took off from there. Now today, fantasy football is something that has raked in billions of dollars for the NFL and just the NFL and just professional football itself. How many people watch football as a result of fantasy football? Now, one could argue, oh, how big is this compared to other things? Well, I would argue that football, professional football, is in fact a business. And with the addition of fantasy football, something that many other places would do, get so big that CBS and Yahoo would create their own, and then the NFL would create their own versions of it in 2010. And it's only increased their brand, especially with, sponsorships and, sports betting. All this stuff ties into it. If it was not for Winkenbach, for what he did, the NFL would not be where it is right now. This would not be how it is. And he is from Oakland. He is an Oakland native. He was a minority owner of the Raiders back when they were part of the AFL. And it was very, very big. Very successful. And obviously, almost 60 years later, fantasy football is still a huge, massive enterprise. It's a big reason why DraftKings and FanDuel and all these other places exist. It's all because of what Winkenbach envisioned. And even though he did not create a single penny, he did not get a single penny from his earnings, he didn't mind that. And the league has made billions off of him. All these other companies have made billions off of his ideas. And I think it's better and finally worth it for him to finally get the honor he deserves. This man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, both in terms of what he meant for the league, the Raiders, the AFL, football itself, companies themselves. This guy is a true legendary Hall of Famer. He absolutely deserves the ultimate honor. And he may not be one that as many people are thinking of, but that's why I like a lot of these contributors, because they're outside of the box, they're unique, and there's something that I want also a lot of people to really keep in touch with. This man, Wilfred Winkenbach, remember that name, Oakland native. This man is from Oakland. Talking to everyone, Zenny62 Media, Oakland News Now, this is one of your own, and your city is responsible for the creation of fantasy football. If it was not for this man in this city, fantasy football would not be a thing. And they need to induct these contributors. They need to induct a Winkenbach. They need to induct an Amy Trask. They need to induct John Riddell and all these others. But think about that for a second. A Raider created fantasy football. Think about that for a second. And I do think this is good enough for the ultimate honor. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, it should happen. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but down the road, please try to make this happen. But that's all I have to say. Winkenbach for the Hall of Fame. Anyway, guys, please let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Have I convinced you on getting Winkenbach in the Hall of Fame? What do you think about it? What do you want to see? Also, make sure you watch the CBS Sports a little movie. It was 10 minutes long, a little short film about Winkenbach. Talk about the entire time in which he came up with the idea and created it. It will be amazing. That's a great way to get started, and I hope you guys go to that soon. But anyway, guys, hit like, subscribe, hit notify for more, and until then, I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.